All right, guys, coming back. I'm not gonna even say the good morning stuff. It doesn't matter. But really quick, guys, I'm gonna keep this really short, to the point. You guys know how I am. So so today's topic, guys, convincing, right? So the word convincing is bothersome to me in many ways, and I have good reasons why. It's bothersome because, especially when it comes to, like, again, people in your life, right? So you never have to be in a place or be put in a place or situation where you have to convince someone to do something or stay with you or whatever the case is, right? So it's something that they should know, and they need to want. So they should know and want to, right? When people are in those two states, mental states, there's no need for convincing. You don't need to convince anyone, right? When you have to go the convincing route, it means that the person you're trying to convince doesn't want to. Simple as that, guys. There's no if and buts about this. There are no excuses. There are no exceptions. It's just because they don't want to. So that's when people resort to convincing. So and do not confuse convincing with encouragement. Encouragement and convincing are two different things, guys. Encouragement is somebody wants to do something, maybe they don't know, or they need guidance, so you encourage them, you show them. If you know, you do that. So that's not the same thing. Encouragement is very different from convincing. Convincing is you're trying to make someone believe, do, or say something they don't really want to do. Okay, whatever reasons they have. Even if you're right, you shouldn't. The only thing you can do is present your case, present your articulate your views, your reasoning, and that's it. Leave it at that. If they see it, they see it. If they don't, maybe they will see it in the future. Maybe they will never, which is fine. You did your part, and leave it at that. So do not convince anyone to stay with you. Do not convince anyone to be with you in the first place. Do not do any of that stuff, guys. It's just never good. If there's something that you need to do or work on, do it. That's it. No need for convincing. Convincing is usually 99%. People do that because the other person doesn't want to. That's it. So, and the consequence of that, let's say you do convince and you're successful. Not the flip side, but the consequence of that is there will be, sooner or later, there will be a time where that person will be like, and nobody wants to hear this, guys, is that person will say, hey, I didn't want this, you wanted this, and you talked me into it. That's something you do not ever want to hear in your life, because it's not good. Okay, it's never good, because then you're like, okay, because that person is clearly telling you they didn't want to. I guess you talked them into it. You convinced them into doing something that they didn't want to, and now they're like, yeah, no, I didn't want to. You did. That's causes multiple problems. The biggest one is obviously the initial instant feeling, and it's never good. Okay, guys, and anybody who says, oh, I feel good if I hear that, something is wrong with you. Okay, anybody in the right state of mind is gonna like hearing that. Everybody wants something to be mutual, or mutual. Not, oh, I didn't want this, you talked me into it. That's not good. I know a lot of times there's a flip side to this, where people are like, hey, you know what, I initially didn't see it, but I'm glad you talked me into it. Okay, I get it. That's not a bad thing. That's harmless and a good thing. But again, it's just, you guys know what I mean, right? It's just, usually that's not the case. Usually it's something, I know I just said usually like 3-4 times. It's something that somebody doesn't want to do. Very rarely, or somebody will be like, I'm glad you did that. Okay, that's fine, that's great. But it should happen without you doing that in the first place, right? You present your case, like I said, reasons. You tell them, hey, this is what I think it's a good idea or not good idea, and here's why, and here are my reasons. That's it. Leave it at that. All right, guys. So now I'm gonna leave it at that. You guys have a good one. Be safe, stay well, stay happy, don't stress. All right, guys. I'm out.